You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18.
Welcome back to BBN Tonight. Last week we talked about the emotional roller coaster for Alex Goff at the Blessings College Invitational.
After some tense final moments, the UK golfer landed his first collegiate win. I talked to him about that today. First of all, congrats on the win, but walk me through those last two holes. If you want to relive it.
No, I do not want to relive it, but so it was crazy. I've never felt so many different emotions in such a short period of time, and definitely something I'll never forget. It went from being the walk up 18, the final hole was going to be a very easy and calm walk, and in a matter of 20 seconds, it went from being the most stressful 5 minutes of my life, and then afterwards, just sitting there and having to watch everything unfold and hear all the different scenarios. It was crazy, but in the end, it all worked out, and I wouldn't change a thing.
What were kind of the conversations you were having with yourself on 17 and especially 18 after you kind of see that big lead start to shrink and knowing sort of what's at stake?
Yeah, I'd been in that situation, but obviously not on that big a stage. So I wasn't really that nervous until all the stuff that happened on 18 and with me hitting the wrong ball. And that's when I kind of hit the panic button a little bit. And, my coach did a good job of trying to calm me down and just tried to tell me that, I played really well the whole week and honestly just kind of dominated the tournament the whole week, and that I shouldn't let one mistake at the end change the way that I viewed it in the end. So I just tried to approach it as if none of that even happened, and thankfully I won. So it's just a lesson learned, and now it's just a funny story to tell.
When the Tennessee golfer missed that short putt, what was your instant thought? Just relief?
Well, so I thought that if he made that putt, we would have tied, which would have given him the win. So I was my parents were there, and I can't even watch it. And my dad just started yelling, he missed it. So I went crazy. And then 10 minutes later, somebody comes up to me and was like, yeah, the scores were wrong online. So even if you would have made that putt, you would have won. So if the scores were accurate online, then it would have saved me so much stress. So there was just so many scenarios, and I didn't know what to believe. But like I said, it all worked out.
You carried Cullen's bag. How much was Cullen with you during the whole tournament, especially those last couple holes?
It was pretty special. Every time I kind of faced adversity or something didn't go my way, I just thought about him, and it settled me down, and it made me realize that it's just golf, and it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And it was pretty cool to be able to carry his bag during my first win. It was almost just like it was destiny at the start of the week. And just to represent him and honor him, me and my whole team, coaches included, it was just something I'll never forget.
And you had a chance to speak to Cullen's family?
I have, yes, ma'am. I talked to his sister. I talk to his sister pretty often. She's a big-time golfer and is friends with a lot of people on our men's and women's team. And me and my coach called his mom after I won, shortly after, and that was pretty cool. They were watching and definitely had a lot of emotions, but it was really cool to get in touch with him.
It seems like with him, everything just happened so fast. There was hardly any time to even process the diagnosis, let alone his death so shortly thereafter. Are you still trying to process it?
Yeah, it still doesn't seem real when all the time when I think about it. He was just a normal college kid, and literally a week before we were moving into school, bumps his knee, starts bothering him, and then it's just 3 months later, it's just crazy how fast everything progressed and how quickly everything happened. And last year was such a weird year with the coronavirus and everything, to where at first we got to go visit him in the hospital, and then there were so many restrictions, and so sometimes we didn't know how he was doing. And then it's just crazy how it's just got to count your blessings, because you never know what's going to happen, because he went from perfectly healthy to a year later fighting for his life.
It's not a lesson anyone wants to learn, but it's one that I know you are taking to heart. You're off to a great start, Alex. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
What a great kid. What a great story. I mean, not a great story, but the resiliency of this golf team, of Alex Goff, and the way Cullen was watching over him.
Yeah.
You could feel it.
And when it comes to the golf, you know, you want to learn. All coaches will tell you, you want to learn from a win.
Yes.
So he didn't want to learn from a loss. So to see him get the win was very special, too.
I bet he doesn't hit the wrong ball again.
No, that will never happen. All right, next up on BBN Tonight, we'll talk with Cash Daniel of the UK Sports Network.
The former UK linebacker is going to talk about the positive update we got about Chris Oates and other news. We'll be right back.